Yep, hello there. This is Daniel Eric, or Williver, or Guillermo Gage, and I am here to just make a journal. This is a 1 day journal. This covers yesterday. It covers 2025, October 24th. Right now it's 2025, October 25th at 8:03 a.m. So, so the day did not start out so great because like the calendar date from midnight to 4. Yeah, yes, the day before the 23rd, I did some push-ups, and in like the final like 15 minutes of the day, I was like, cranking out some push-ups, and sometimes that when that happens, it's like I gotta like try to get to bed soon after that, and I didn't. And well, somehow I ended up on Twitter, and if you go there, you're gonna find people being antagonistic, and uh, and so you'll argue with them: is it a bot or not? Oh yeah. Sometimes they'll be a racially antagonistic. There's stuff like um, uh, trying to connect you with like people who lived on a different continent, hundreds of years ago and stuff. Um, it could be bots. They could just be real people because they seem like real people. When you check their profile, they just talk about other stuff like sports and such. I don't know. But like, gotta keep gotta wake up when you think about that. Think about that issue. Throughout the day, and I try to avoid it. So then get up. Well, I did sleep for like 5.5-ish hours from like 4 a.m. to like 9:30 or so. And when I got home, you know what I ended up doing? I got home like 4 p.m. or something. And I actually did so because of like kind of needing to catch up on sleep. I just knew that I was probably just gonna have to skip the push-ups on the 24th, and that's indeed the case. But now tonight, I actually went to bed at 11:37, and so I got a more decent amount of sleep. So, but what I did is I got off work. I clocked out even before 3 p.m. Got home maybe like 4 o'clock or so because, yeah, I think I stopped at the grocery store. What did I get? Bananas. I got some bananas. In terms of did I eat sugar? Yeah, so I did end up caving. Yeah, I ended up getting a croissant sandwich at work. Because it was like, oh, that looks. I never tried that before. But anyway, that was 5 grams added sugar, right? I ended up drinking like a fifth of this. Poppies. I mean, this is something that I tend to get. I get for a family member, because they were like really cheap. They were on discount and such. A fifth of that is like 1 gram of sugar, right? So you take that. That's 6 grams of sugar. But then I did go over because I ate like a little piece of candy that a whole one of these is 15 grams, but I ate like a little over half. So that's like maybe 9 grams. Not 7.5. It was a little over half of the piece. So it was like maybe 9 grams. Well, that's six plus. That's probably like 15 grams added sugar. So I'm thinking maybe today, to I'll eat less. Actually, today, which is the 25th, I've already eaten another like gram of sugar from that poppy watermelon. The alternative sodas, can be nice. I hadn't had tried that flavor in a while. And then that other half, those other. So remember, it was like 6. So I've probably had like 7 grams so far today, which is the 25th. But yesterday I had 15. So the 24th. But my main thing that I did yesterday was, well, first off, I'm going to say that the plastic usage, as far as I can tell, was just from the croissant sandwich and the candy bar. To be fair, it was like it was a it was a Twix that was in a Halloween shape, and I thought, wonder what it tastes like when it's not a long, skinny bar. I have the plastic thingy in here, and so overall, that's not a large amount of plastic. So that think I got the croissant. Um, somewhere in here. Oh wait, is it this one? But what I actually did, I saw a movie in the movie theater. I saw Shelby Oaks, and yeah, when I was at the movie theater, I oh yeah, I think I did. I did get some buffalo rollers, which I don't know if they had added sugar, but they had a little sauce cup with buffalo sauce. And so those were the things that had sugar in them. I know I might still have that around, but that's my plastic usage. That's my plastic usage for today. But Shelby Oaks, let's talk about the movie Shelby Oaks. We're at the 5 minute 37 mark. And I quite liked it. It's that Chris Stuckman movie. And one thing I noticed is that I kind of also feel like it had like a, by the time the credits started rolling, it was like 84-minute runtime or something. And I guess not a lot happened, even when you take into account the short running time. But I get spooked by spooky movies, and so I even cover my eyes sometimes. I think there's like 3 or so spooky jump scares. I think I was covering up my eyes too much because like um, it was a brief something. I couldn't get the exact detail of it, but I could figure out what happened. And for the first 18 minutes is like mockumentary footage, kind of like fake horror documentary footage. And it's not like found footage, but it's like documentaries with interviews and stuff, and then some found footage stuff. But yeah, then you find out, oh, 18 minutes in, yeah, it's like the trailers was not making this look like a found footage movie, and it's not. It's not a found footage movie, but they do 18 minutes worth of setup with that format, and that's interesting. And however, the ending is like, oh, that's it. Parts of it kind of remind me of like Hereditary. Yeah, parts of it kind of, I don't know. People might not like hearing too much comparing it to other movies because then that could make people think that that's maybe giving too much away. But I don't want to be too spoilery. Oh, I'm holding the camera in my hand. So I would say the script. Maybe Chris Stuckman will get a better script next time because it wasn't just him writing it. So, alrighty then. I'd say it's a decent, good first directorial effort. I mean, the camera work was good, and he got good acting performances. Everyone except like Keith David was like not a famous person. Um, and yeah, Keith David has a little role in this, just a little like almost like a little cameo, a little short one scene. And this is I would say this is a pretty entertaining movie. I like to get spooked. Sometimes we wonder like how much danger is this person in and how does stuff happen. Yeah, the script. I think he did an okay job, Chris Stuckman, with the script. So I'm glad I saw it. I get annoyed because like people don't want to talk to me out of the theater. Oh, there's a little audio based little thing at the end credits of one of the, you hear one of the characters for just a minute, like right as the credits are ending. So maybe you'll want to stick around for that. But the credits are long. The credits it's like there's like I'm surprised the section with the sponsors, the people like some of the sponsor people paying for it. It's just like 2.5 under 3 minutes. So that part doesn't drag on in the credits. But once that part's over, then it'll be the end of the credits. So I mean, I liked it, but there were 3 other people in the theater, or 3 or 4 other people, and they I don't know, like people aren't really talkative. Um, I think there's a guy. I asked him, "Hey, you ever know her? This is like a movie by Chris Stuckman," and I don't know. He was sipping on his soda for that. Apparently, he still had a lot of it left after the movie. For like an awfully long time. Maybe he didn't want to answer me about what I thought about it. And he was standing around waiting for a girl he was with. He was standing outside of the bathroom, so he was just standing around doing nothing. And every once in a while, I'll get someone who's talkative. That's like a stranger during a movie. That happened with a different movie last year, Eddington. I talked a good deal about that Ari Aster movie. Oh, and I see another Ari Aster thing. Just like Hereditary, but different from Hereditary. That was a few months ago. That guy, he liked to talk about that movie. I liked the movie Shelby Oaks a pretty okay amount. Well, all right then. Um, and I think it deserves to do good, in the theaters. I'm predicting maybe it'll like make a little bit more money than Good Boy. I remember this was originally going to come out October 3rd, the same day as Good Boy. And I think the Taylor Swift Life of a Showgirl um, um, video album and a documentary ended up kind of pushing it back. So I was originally going to try to see those both on the same day, but now I've seen them both pretty much opening day. October 3rd was October 2nd. I saw Good Boy, and then this October 24th I saw Shelby Oaks, and I think Shelby Oaks is gonna maybe like 6 or 7, hopefully like 6 or 7 something $1 million at least. It might do like $3-ish million this weekend. So hopefully it'll do good because it deserves at least a decent audience. Maybe the next movie he'll get will have a better script. All right then, and so it's not. I don't find it disappointing. I just find it pretty decent. And if this really was just like a $2-ish million budget, then the camera work was really good. It looked like it was at least like pushing $10 or so million. I mean, it looked less cheap than some Blumhouse movies that are 10 million or above. So I'll say that about it. All right then, bye for now.